You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. How long won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna disagree. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing a song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. How long won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yo,
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
what is going on, man? It is me again, Joe Rad. And we're back at the PlayStation Collectors Podcast, Season 4, Episode 38. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Figsy. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
And then that's it. No guest. We don't need him. So yeah, we're having a little chill episode. We were trying to get a guest, and it just didn't work out. Too busy. So figured we would just come on and talk shit about Assassin's Creed.
By the time we show our pickups, it's like 2 hours anyway, so we'll be all right.
That's true. I mean, I honestly, I don't even show like three-quarters of the movies that I buy just because it would take too long. And
I got lots of stuff this week. It's sort of been in waves where I've sort of had breaks and peaked back up again, but this is a combination of like buying a few things, having all the mail arrive at the one time, and
Yo, what up, J-Rod? 8 Life, Mr. Dad's Game Room. What's going on, buddy? Hope you had a good show earlier. Yeah, Dad's Game Room had Josh Gosh games on, I think we had him on the show once.
Oh yeah, nice.
So yeah, I hope that went well for you. Go check out Dad's Game Room, guys. It's good shit.
I'm sure it'll pop up for me when I'm browsing YouTube later. I've just woken up, so I haven't looked at social media.
Oh, I got to get better at YouTube. By the way, if you're first time watching the show, please like, share, and subscribe. I would say it at the end of the show, but I'm like, probably like most people don't make it to the end of the show. I should probably say it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2025. I don't think you need to say it anymore.
No, you do. You have to
People are on
smash that
YouTube,
like button,
they know.
boys. Hit the subscribe button. Share with your friends. Join the Discord. Hop on the my friggin' what is it? My Patreon. Sign
If
up
we
for
hit
my
1 million
Substack.
subs by tonight, Joe said he's going to start an OnlyFans.
Yep, yep, we got that. I'm old school.
I seen you uploaded an episode yesterday. I'm like, oh, sweet.
I actually run a Ventrilo server because I'm old. That's what we do, Ventrilo. I'm sure everybody knows what that is. No.
Do you want to hear the most Australian thing of all time?
Hmm.
I just opened my front door and there's like 3 spiders on the door.
Yeah, dude, you guys have like terrifying spiders down there. Like absolutely.
It's because the weather's changing, so it's really cold at the moment, and it was just summer, so they're freaking out trying to get like in warmth. And I guess they found the door, they couldn't get in the door. But they're all dead now, so there's 3 dead spiders at the front door.
That's metal, man. It's like Lord of the Rings shit.
And they weren't small. They were medium sized for me, but for Americans, they'll probably be big.
Black Mamba. Yeah, we have a similar issue up here, but during the winter but they're like these Japanese beetles, these stupid little beetle things, and which they suck too because like they weren't here like my whole life. Like that wasn't a thing, and like I guess they're like an invasive species from China. No, I don't know where they're from over the seas somewhere. But they're little bastards. They stink bugs. If you kill them, they smell like ass.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
so, like, you don't want to kill them either. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. My dog ate one the other day, and it was disappointed. Yeah. It ate it, and you could tell it was like, oh, terrible idea. True. Terrible idea.
Made him smell like shit from the inside out.
Yeah, we don't talk about mental health here. and we don't have addictions around here. We call it passion.
We call it PlayStation collecting.
Yeah, we call it just collecting. Regular old normal behavior, and you guys need to relax. All right.
Trying to normalize this shit.
So
these guys are normal. Look, see, I'm not that bad.
That is the problem. That is the problem.
I've only got 2 rooms full of games. That guy's got his whole house.
Exactly. That's why I started the show, to seek out people that made me feel normal. Yeah. But whatever, it is what it is.
We're creeping on 200 episodes, by the way. We might have to do something special. I got to keep count because we're gonna just roll past it and check, and we'll be at 210. So,
what do you want to do for the 200th one? You want to do like a game show, or something? You want to do
yeah, that could be fun.
How about an award show? You'd have our best guest, worst guest, worst microphone.
We could do our own game awards.
I don't know. All our awards I'm putting on are the worst. I'm a dick. They should be better. Sorry, they should be.
Me and Joe have got something planned. I don't know when. It'll take a while. I've started, and I don't know if Joe started. But we've started working on a list of our own top 100 games of all time. So we're gonna punch out 5 or 10 games an episode until we get down to the top ones. But making the list is very hard.
It's ridiculous. I don't even want to do it because it's I would rather do separate lists of my favorite RPGs, my favorite shmups, my favorite these, because when you just do top 100, I'm like, well, I feel like for me, I'm just going to put a bunch of shmups at the top and
that's funny that you say that, because the way I'm starting it is I'm just going through every game I've played. I start on open my PlayStation and go through the trophy list.
You don't
I've played.
Games, Figsy. Come on now, you're a fraud. We're all frauds.
I go through and I'm just adding them to genres. So I've got a sport column, and there's 40 action RPGs in there, and there's 50 RPGs, and then I just have your general AAA column. And yeah, it's 400 games in there. So I don't know how I'm gonna whittle it down, but we'll get there. I got 2 YouTube comments yesterday. 2 in one day. Let me show it on the stream.
Yeah, people get mad, man, that we own lots of games. And
I get them all the time, but 2 in one day made me laugh. Why is my YouTube channel getting shared to these people?
I don't know, but I wish, honestly, I really wish I could just sit here and play all my games. That would be great. But I don't know about you guys, but I have all these things called freaking bills. You ever heard of them?
If people knew how many hours I put into gaming, they would be shocked. All right, check this out.
I know.
I got them both, and they stay on the shelf until you sell. Have you played all these games?
You don't play. You should open.
I just shared 10,000 video games. I've played every single one. Look at my eyes, clearly.
Mm-hmm. That's it is what it is. We've had this conversation a million times, but it's just funny to me that people get upset by it to the point where they leave comments and be like, "How dare you? How dare you?"
I haven't seen it for a while. I used to cop it a lot back when I first started YouTube, because it was more it was 2017, 18. So it was more why do you collect these things? That's weird. And then 2020 happened, and people started to realize that they're valuable, and the conscious on
Well, this is my question.
Video games changed.
I have I went for a full VR set or whatever, right? And I have probably 4 or 5 variants of Resident Evil 7. Should I play all those copies? Does that bother you? Or if I play it once, is that okay? Do I have to play each one? If I buy anything, do I have to play it? What if, even if it's the same fucking game? The whole logic is funny to me.
What happens if you play a game again?
What I imagine is that people, they go onto a wine collector set, and they're like, dude doesn't even drink all his wine.
Drink them all?
What the hell? He bought a 3,000 bottle of wine from 1812, didn't even drink it. What a noob. It's okay. It's like, or if like, can you imagine some guy bought like a stamp worth 10 grand and he's like, didn't even mail the stamp. He doesn't even mail them. He doesn't mail
Going
them.
into grandma's house and she's got all these old antique spoons. You're like, Grandma, do you even use those spoons in your coffee? Like, why have you got 400 spoons full made out of silver?
Exactly. You idiot. You collect rare money from all around the world and you don't just spend it, put it in vending machines. You know, you collect coins, you don't just throw them in and buy popsicles.
Too funny.
I don't know, man. There's no logic to it, but only video games people get mad. So if you collect video games in particular and they're like, you have to play all of them 3 times a day, or they get angry. I don't understand it.
I think it comes down to they got the mentality that they're also a gamer. And they've probably got like 2 or 3 games that they play a lot, and they would do anything to play more. So they've seen someone with thousands of games, and it's pissed them off that they haven't played them all. Because they're like, if they've got that many, why don't I have like, you give me 100 of them so I can actually play them, and then it's fair.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think they're mad at the people who have 2,000 games on Steam that they bought on a Steam sale for 50 cents a piece and they don't play all their games? Do you think that people get mad? You don't play all your Steam games, every single one? I'm like, no. Like my old roommate, he had probably like 2,000-3,000 games on Steam for real, and he's like, I don't know, I've only played like maybe 20% of them because it's too many games. So
I like the ones that tell you, you should sell all those games. You shouldn't have that many. Okay.
Oh, I will maybe someday.
It's a little life advice that I didn't ask for.
It's possible. I think about selling stuff sometimes, but it's usually just because I want to make more room for more stuff. It's the main motivating factor for me to sell. I'm like, well, if I got rid of that, I could put more stuff there. That sounds good.
Or if I'm selling something, it's like I'm selling the collector's edition because I already own the standard version.
I bought like duplicates and stuff like that. Or a lot of the time, like a perfect example is that Azure Gunvolt Striker games. You know those games that Reggie likes. So like, there's on the Switch, there's part 1 and part 2, and there's part 3, and then same thing on the PS4. You can get part 1 and part 2 on a disc, and then you can get part 3 or whatever from Japan or from limited run. And I have part 1 and part 2, and then part 3, and then they just announced in Japan they're coming out with like a triple pack of all 3 games on one Switch cart. And I'm like, well, I should get that and probably sell my other stuff because like then I'll have it all in one little cart.
It would make you money buying a game.
Well, it's not. Maybe. I mean, if I sold both copies, that's totally possible.
But that's not the point. You're doing it because it's convenient. And
yeah, I just rather have all of them on one cart, and especially if it's an updated version. That's the thing now. Like, I don't know about you guys who are collecting these days. Is like, I am not excited when games come out now because they're so incomplete and broken and buggy that like whatever first version of the game we're getting is total shite on the disc. So I'm at the point now where like I just like don't consider even buying new AAA games or big games like that for like years, like because I'm like I'm just gonna wait to see if it ever gets a better release, like a complete edition or just even a better.
I heard there's DLC coming. Let's see if it comes on the disc.
Yeah, just a better reprint of the disc because that's been happening lately. And
I had something a little bit interesting happen yesterday. I bought a game off one of my friends. He might be watching. I'm not going to say who it was. But anyway, he said, I've used the DLC. I'm like, all right, what's in the DLC? Is it like content or is it just cosmetic shit? Because if it's cosmetic shit, I don't care. And the DLC was literally just, here's some XP, here's an extra outfit, here's blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care. It's not here's 50 hours of content. It was this is what we're calling DLC. That's not DLC. That's pre-order bonus shit.
Pre-order bonus shit, exactly.
And to be fair, I actually would rather not have that stuff. Because I don't want extra levels at the start of the game and the best sword that you can't find until you're halfway through. Like, no, I want to play the game how it's meant to be played.
True. It ruins the game. If they give you like a huge boost like that, it makes the game super easy. Like,
it was Star Wars, not Jedi Survivor. It was the second one. The one that uses like action RPG combat.
What's that?
A Star Wars game that uses like the action RPG combat.
The Survivor and Fallen Order.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor.
Yeah. So I speaking of that game, like I saw some footage of that game running on a PS5 Pro and it looked pretty good. I don't lie, pretty damn good. So I don't know. It probably looks fine on a regular PS5.
Sure, it looks fine on my 4K TV.
Sure, it looks great. But I did see that, and I was like, that looks pretty damn good. So that game, speaking of exactly what I was talking about, that's a good example. Like the original release of that game was on PS5 Survivor, and the disc version was like incomplete, required a download, piece of shit game. And then it finally, like a year or two later, got a PS4 release, weirdly enough, and that came with like 2 discs, and it was like complete. So you didn't need a download. It's all on the disc for the PS4.
But for me, it didn't get a PS4 release in Australia, so it's like I have to import it. So it's going to cost me more money to get the better version. So in that case, I'm just sticking to the PS5 version, you know, and I'll download that extra content. So I've actually got it.
So I'm getting to the point now where I'm feeling like games like that are like incomplete, required downloads that are all like, you know, they're basically the disc version trash. I'm not getting them, or I'm gonna buy them honestly digitally, because it's, to me, that's more appealing than having the broken disc. If I like sold a lot of stuff, like you resell stuff a lot, like switch stuff around, play it and get rid of it, you don't like it, then the physical.
I actually bought this game because I want to play it, not so much for the collection. I'm like, it's kind of in the Souls genre. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fun. I've heard I liked Fallen Order, the first one. I thought that was really fun. So
I also bought the Final Fantasy Stranger Wars because I heard it's like action RPG based. And I looked at gameplay; it looked really good. So I'm gonna give that a go.
Yeah, Stranger's Paradise.
That's it. Stranger's Paradise.
Yeah, that one. It looks fine. I haven't played it, but people were memeing on it really hard when it first came out because of it was like the chaos. We must solve the chaos or something like that. I can't remember. Like they were making fun of the protagonist. It looks fine. It's just a spin-off game, right? It's like a
yeah.
Like,
but the combat looks good. It's meant to be one of the harder Final Fantasy games, which
really
I don't like easy games. You know, like I love Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but for me it was almost like you're just playing a movie. Like, you know, I'm not doing the final bosses or like the end dungeons or anything like that, but you know, just beating the final boss in the game isn't hard. But I'm playing through Sekiro right now, and every time I beat a boss because I beat that boss.
So there's a lot of people that they don't want challenging video games.
Yeah, I get it.
They're just not into that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and sometimes I like games that are super chill. Like I do. Like I like story games, movie games, point and click adventure games, chill games. Like I do like video games where you can put the controller down and be like, play on your phone for a second and do something and be like, it's all right.
Yeah. I like Red Dead Redemption, where you're on the horse and you go to that mode where you're just watching it. And you just sit there for like half an hour and you still play it.
But like I'm with you overall though. Like where for me gaming is like it should be a challenge. It's way more fun when it's like forces me to focus. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that's what I like for gaming too.
Yeah, if you can
I think we have the problem that once you've beaten 30, 50, 100 of these games, you know, other games are easier, are really easy. Like, you know, where's the challenge in this? It's like, oh, this can make you stronger. It's like I haven't died yet, and I've put 50 hours into this game. Why do I need to get stronger?
So that's something that happens if you play a lot of really challenging games. It's just your overall video game like instincts become better. And like a good example is that as like I've been playing that new Split Fiction game with my girlfriend.
Oh, I've been saying things about it. It looks cool.
That's fun. Oh yeah, those games are great. The Haze Light or whatever they're called. Other games are fantastic. I enjoyed all of them. I played every single one. Brothers, No Way Out, like all of them. So I was excited for this one, but like my girlfriend, she's just always like, how do you just figure out what to do immediately in every section? Like you just look at it and you're like, yep, run here, jump here, off the wall, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours playing other games.
You've already done this
I
in
played
another
Portal.
game. It might have been in a ship or a different format, but you've done it.
Correct.
I know that
I've
as well.
run wall jumped in games before. I've used the portals before. I've used guns before. I've platformed. It's just
Yeah, I get that.
you know what I mean? Like you just get
And
like,
new mechanics can be weird. So it can be weird playing a game that has weird new mechanics. You know, you're kind of used to those,
Mhm.
you know, generic, let's say, bullets coming at the screen and you've got to dodge them mechanics. Or,
Mhm.
you know, when you're fighting a dude, you expect to, you know, you swing one, press left one, you swing your left arm, R1, swing your right arm or something. You know, you're just used to normal mechanics. When games try to do weird stuff, it can feel weird. I use an example, like Kingdom Come Deliverance has like a really good action combat system, but it's weird because it's different. So it takes a while to get used to.
Speaking of that game, that was one of those new games that when they released the physical, like a week before it came out, the developers are like, make sure you update your game because the build on the disc is a year old. So make sure you do your update. You need it. And then I'm like, wow, that's great. And then I saw another post they did recently. They were like, hey guys, we've already fixed like 100 bugs in our game. Isn't that awesome? And I'm like, I suppose it would be. But I'm like, now you're telling me that those 100 bugs at least are on the disc build. And that build's a year older. So it's probably like another 500 bugs on there. You know what I mean? So it's just,
Well, there's a chance they may release a Game of the Year edition because they did that for the first game. But like the way the devs would see it, 99% of their audience don't care as long as they're fixing stuff. You know.
oh yeah. So
They're not
that's the
catering
problem.
for people to own the game in 5 years. When
Oh yeah, I'm
things aren't
old
working.
man yells at cloud or whatever at this point in my life. Like the physical audience is just not a consideration for these companies. Like they've passed the threshold where they just want to. They think that digital sales are enough. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. I'll still bitch about it to the very end, sir. But yeah, I would. You know, that game. Like so, with when I hear that, like I said, I'm thinking like, I'll just wait to see if a physical comes out, and if it like a good one, and if it never does, I'll just wait for a Steam summer sale in 3 years, and I'll buy it for freaking $25, and it'll be all updated and patched, and I'll be happy and be good to go. Like I'm just over buying physical for the sake of physical. Now, like I said, if you resell things and you want to trade it for something or you want to sell it, then the physical is always like the way to go because you can always at least resell your game. But let's just be real. Like I don't really sell stuff. Like I said, sometimes I do, but I don't know.
If you can, it's always worth doing. You know, you can play brand new games for free, basically, by buying them not the cheapest retail, playing them in 5 days, and then selling them on eBay and getting more than what you paid for it.
Yeah, and you always know how it is. There'd be the PS6 will come out. And then they'll just like do the super enhanced HD remasters. They will, you know, how long does it take to get an HD remaster now? 6 months, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll just get that. I'm have you heard about the Assassin's Creed Shadows remaster they've announced? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
I'm like, wait, it came out yesterday. What do you mean?
It did come out yesterday, and
I've got no interest in buying it. Like Assassin's Creed for me to get back into it would almost need to change the title. Like it's been overdone. I've done everything in these games that can be done. Like it's got a new setting. I want to play something else. Sorry.
So that's a thing that a lot of companies do. I feel like they don't like exploit the shit out of their own IP and to the point where it like loses its value. Like instead of making like one really amazing Assassin's Creed game like every 5 years, they want to do like, you know, a game every year. I feel like.
Well, they had a break, but in between that, they still released like a game. This is a mini game. It doesn't count. It's only got 30 hours of content. Still a game you put out.
Yeah, and that like I said, that's it. People just are like this again. It's like it's the same. So like, it's hard to explain. Like, you may really like eating a certain meal, right? But you
Yeah,
don't
if you
want
eat
to
it
eat
every
it
day, you
every
don't like
day,
it.
even if you really like it. You know what I mean? You're like, because then after a while, you're like, I'm just sick of having this. It's not that the
Yeah.
meal's bad now. The recipe is the same and it's yummy. It's just like you're like, I've had this so many times. I'm like, I'm over this. But like, if you go to a steakhouse once a year and you have that one really good meal, that's just good forever, bro. Like, you're always pumped for that. You're like, yes, go into that place and I'm gonna get the, you know what I know. That's like exactly what I'm trying to say. It's just
It is. We could be having this conversation about Grand Theft Auto if they release a game every year, but they go the opposite and they feed on that,
Yeah.
like desire to want to have that good food, and they're like, let's make you have it not even once at Christmas, once every 12 years, you know, and you're gonna really fucking love it then.
Yeah, and then that
It
builds
pays off
hype.
to wait, like it really does.
The hype and the anticipation is a real thing, and it like gives time. Like, you know, if you want word of mouth about your game or your product, like, you need time to build the hype, and I don't know. It's just
No, I honestly respect Rockstar so much. They don't say a single word on social media. Like, they don't say anything. And it trends every single day. They don't do anything and their product trends. You know how powerful you have to be as a company to have your name trending without saying a word. Like, the only other product I can think of, and I play Dark Souls, is Bloodborne. It's always trending on Twitter because they're always like, we want a 60 frames, a new version, blah, blah, blah. I rarely can think of any other games that people talk about without the developers talking about it first. No one in ever has gone on Twitter and said, I can't wait for a new Assassin's Creed game to come out, and it starts trending. That doesn't happen.
so I think PlayStation is tired of losing money. Not that they're broke, but a lot of their stuff failed, I think, recently. Like, as far as
whose fault is that, PlayStation? Why don't you get back to what you were doing on the PS4? Because that was working.
You know, it is what it is. But I feel like that will change. And they started this new program, I think, too, where like you could go and like recommend what you want, and they ask you your opinion, and they seem to be like, what would you buy? What are you interested in? If they're trying to like get a better feel for from the audience of what people are actually wanting. So I think that Bloodborne remake is probably already in development, and it has been for a while, but like that'll come. Like, that's something that people definitely want. So that will
I feel like the reason it's taken so long is because it's owned by Sony, but From Software do the game, and they're working on their own products, so they're probably like, well, we can't get these guys to work on it, so who are we going to get to do it that'll still do as good of a job? Like, Bluepoint probably would, but there would be a lot of companies that would be scared to touch it because of what it is, you know?
Well, it's not like the gaming audience is overly critical these days.
It has to be perfect. It's at the point where I actually want to play Bloodborne again, because I haven't played it since 2016, like one of my favorite games of all time. But because of all the rumors, I'm like, well, I'll just wait because there might be a 60 frame version. And there's a thing, like if you play a game 2 years after you played it again, you kind of remember it. But if you wait 5-10 years, it's almost like a new game.
I feel bad. Like, a lot of people, like a lot of games I played when I was younger, I'm like, I don't really remember like anything. Like, I beat like every Final Fantasy. Don't ask me to tell you the plots. I remember a couple things here and there. That's about it. YouTube
videos are good for that. Like, you can go back and top 10 Final Fantasy bosses, and you're like, oh yeah, I beat him. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember that.
Getting back to Assassin's Creed. It's like there's a lot of things people are complaining about. I watched a lot of stuff about the game. To me, like,
it looks good. Like, I'm not saying it looks bad, but
no, it looked all right. The combat looked kind of basic. I'll be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
It looked all
The
right.
the actual like ninja combat. Like I'm playing Sekiro right now. I think Sekiro, which came out in 2017, does it better. I'm like, that's meant to be like peak Japanese. I'm
Yeah.
being a fucking ninja right now in my other game that came out last decade. You know.
I think Black Myth Wukong looked way crazier.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Not even in the same class, man. Like,
yeah, and I think Stellar Blade looked way crazier as far as the combat went. I think that there's just a lot of games that I'm like, yeah, it looks crazier. Now, to be fair, those games are more like fantasy-esque. They're not really based in feudal Japan or whatever. So there's got to be some more realism. They can't have too
But
much
it's
crazy
Assassin's
shit
Creed.
happening.
We know what it's like with realism.
But just the speed of the gameplay, I guess I would say, seemed kind of clunky and slow to me. Like it didn't look like balls to the wall. It's not get like I'm way more looking forward to the Ninja Gaiden 2 remaster that's coming out. Like that's gonna be,
or the new Ghost of Tsushima game or something like that. You know.
yeah, the first Ghost of
to me,
Tsushima.
the way I look at this Assassin's Creed game is if it popped up on Marketplace for like $10
Mhm.
and I was looking for something to play because I'm like bored, that's when I'd pick it up. But I mean, maybe $20, but I'm not interested. You know, it's just sorry, they've done too many at this point, and I know I'll find it cheap one day. Like Assassin's Creed, you can go out and buy every Assassin's Creed game for $30. You know, maybe not the most recent one, but even the spin-off title that came out, I seen it this week on the marketplace for $10. I looked it up and I went, no.
Which one's the spin-off? So the only one I saw,
it's set in like Iran or something in 700 AD or something.
never. I have no idea. So I've never played Assassin's Creed ever.
Oh wow!
I bought.
I've played most of
Valhalla.
them. Like I used to be a massive fan, loved it, but
I've done it all. I've played 500 plus hours of the same. Collect these things. Collect these things. Here's a map of everything you need to find in the game. I hate that in gaming. Like I'm going to explore this entire map myself. You don't have to tell me where to go. Look at and you can't use the hand holding. Look at Breath of the Wild. Its main audience is kids. They don't tell you anything. They're just like, here's the world. You discover it yourself. You know.
Well, that's all going to go away now with they're going to have like, I think it was Xbox. I'm pretty sure I saw they're doing like an AI assistant that's going to be in games now.
Oh.
So like you'll have like a little thing that pops up and it's like, you know, would you like to know what to do? Would you like a suggestion of what weapon to use? Would you like to know where to go? All these other like little things that'll pop up and help you and suggest and tell you where to go and what to do. Now, the only thing that I saw in that whole presentation, though, that I did actually like is they had one option that said like fill you in on the story of since the last time you logged in. Like so sometimes like on an RPG or a game, I'll take a week or two off and I'll come back and be like, what the hell am I doing? Like I have no idea where I'm supposed to go or I feel like I don't know the buttons. So that was cool. But like that whole joy of exploring and discovering things is going to be gone from games. People just,
well, we're already at the point where it kind of is. Like I played something recently. I can't remember what it was. I remember bitching about it, but I can't remember what it was. But every mini puzzle, like your sidekick's telling you what to do. It's like, oh, you should check out that block over there. You should. Oh, look at that tree. It's sparkling. We could probably grapple onto it. You know, like God of War. It wasn't God of War, but uses that. Like then you go to wars. If you get stuck, it'll tell you what to do. I don't want that in video games. Like the joy for me is discovering that myself.
No, or at least getting mad on my own terms and looking it up on my own terms.
yeah, exactly. Like let me be the one to go, oh, where do I go here? I've been stuck for an hour.
That's the thing. I will be like, I don't want anyone to tell me, but after a while it's a time issue. I don't have, I don't have hours to try to figure something out. I'll just be like, okay, I've been trying this for 45 fucking minutes. What am I supposed to do? And it's always something ridiculous. Like, oh, there's a door right behind where you're standing. I'm like, that's a door. It looks like a fucking tree. Why is it? That's a door. It's always something so stupid like that. I'm like, oh my God. Like, just pisses me off. You know what drives me crazy too is sometimes it's just a lack of like mechanics. Like I'm just not doing something right. Like you're supposed to do a double jump and then hit this thing at the certain time, blah, blah, blah. But in my mind, I'm like, this is impossible to do. And so then I spend like 45 minutes trying to figure something else out. And I finally look it up and it's like, no, remember where you were at the beginning, that jump you were trying to do? You just do it better. You do it like this and then you make it. And I'll be like, oh my God, I should have.
One that I hate that's sort of similar to that is you'll get stuck on a point because they've incorporated a new mechanic. Let's say you played a game for 40 hours, and for that entire 40 hours, anytime you fell off an edge, you die from gravity. But in this point, you had to jump off the cliff because you fall through into like the underground. And you're like, I've just died 400 times jumping off a cliff. Why would I jump off the cliff?
Exactly. That happens in 2D games all the time. I'd be like, if you jump in a pit, you die. But then sometimes, like you said, you'll jump in a pit and then it will like lower and there'll be a whole other section. And you're like, well, when am I supposed to, like, come on. This is ridiculous. Like, so that does happen. I think that was.
It really comes down to like why I love Souls games so much. That they do exactly as I want. The way I play through a Souls game is I won't look up anything for my first playthrough. I don't care about trophies. I don't care about nothing. I'm doing it all myself blind. And then after I've beaten that final boss, I don't go into New Game Plus and I'm pulling up a walkthrough. And I'm going back to the start of the game and I'm going, what did I miss in level 1? What did I miss in level 2? What did I miss in level 3? Oh, I missed this. I have to wait for New Game Plus. All right. I missed that. I have to wait for New Game Plus. All right. But I'm doing everything. And then I'm going into New Game Plus and doing it all again, knowing what to do. But I find that first playthrough of being blind is the amazing part of those games to me. And you can never replay that. Like once you've done it once, you know what to do. It loses that whole like magic that comes with those games.
Yeah, you're right. The sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, it's even just a sense of discoverability, you know.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It's like us, like a comedy movie always hits the hardest the first time you see it because you're not expecting the joke. Like you don't know. You're getting surprised.
I got a question for Dad's Game Room. So he said that a lot of people are coming to his streams while he's playing Elden Ring. Have you noticed some of those people will come in and try and tell you what to do? Because like I watch people play these games and I hate when people join the stream. First comment is, oh, you've just missed this ring that'll open that door, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I was trying to do it myself. Thanks. But now I know what to do.
Yeah,
like that's why I'm stuck, is I meant to work that out myself, but no worries. Oh, I don't stream those games because I don't want people to tell me what to do. Oh, fair enough, Dad. I've seen, you know, I've watched a lot of these streams, so I've seen it where it's not good. So it's good that your viewers are being respectful.
You guys put no backseat gaming in your
you can do that, but people still do it.
No, people still do it. I don't give a shit. Especially that game. Those games track an elitist crowd who.
Well, again, I streamed and played Giga, so it was massively bad for backseat gaming. But it's also, it's seen in that community as you're helping, you're teaching someone. You know, they missed a meta, you're pointing it out so they can learn it next time.
Well, yeah, but you should tell them after the match. You know.
Yeah, usually that's how I'll do it. Or if they're playing a ranked game, like I'm not allowed to help because it's cheating. You know,
I would send them
after they guess. I'll usually type, and like once they've pressed the button to send their guess, I'm pressing the enter to like point out the meta in the round or something.
So yeah, I'm polite, so I usually make like a 5 to 10 minute PowerPoint presentation of everything they did wrong.
If you could just step into my office, sir, I've got something to talk about.
Like, right. I'm gonna need you to get them TPS reports done by I need you to come in on Saturday. That's all right. No. But yeah, I know what you mean. So the Assassin's Creed game, some of the things I was seeing online were like, you know, the game's disrespectful to Japan and is historically inaccurate and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably true.
It's also a game.
Well, this is the thing that made me laugh. There was one like article going around for a minute that was like, in Assassin's Creed, they have watermelons in the springtime, and those are only available in the fall. You call this? I'm like, okay, guys, you've gone too far. Come on.
I read one, and it was blah blah blah. I didn't even take notice of what it was, but the comment was, "In the first Assassin's Creed game, you beat up the Pope."
Yeah, that's super. Well, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't understand why people like. Hey, if you're in Japan and that's offensive to you, I mean it is. But like, if you're in the United States and someone has to tell you why that's offensive, like you didn't know that in 1562 that watermelons only grew in India in the Wahapalai region, and they weren't imported until Marco Polo brought them to 1650. All right, if you have to give me a fucking history lesson to tell me why I should be mad, then it's not worth getting mad over. Like, you need to relax. That's where it's just a game. But it is what it is. People it's their own fault for even claiming in any way that they wanted to be historically accurate. You should just not do that. You should just not. You should just be like, nope, it's loosely based on this. We're gonna do what we want. We're gonna have fun. If we want to fucking give them a race car, we'll give them a race car. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. Just like that's what they should have done. So it's their own fault for trying to do that or claim that. But I don't know, man. Everybody's offended all the time. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this is why like the internet was bad. Because back in the day, what would happen is like something would happen and like most people would be normal about it, and there would be probably a small people who were upset about it, but you didn't have to hear from those people. You didn't have to know. Now you have to know everybody's opinion in the whole fucking world, and there's always someone upset about something at all times, so it's just tiresome.
And that's what gets the clicks, the upset opinion, not the good opinions.
Yeah, like, you're right about that. Which is fine.
Something like that pissed me off that I wanted to talk about. A lot of things piss me off these days. I'm also becoming old man yells at cloud.
Yeah.
So anyway, it happened in the US with GameStop like last year or a couple of years ago. But EB Games have finally announced they are accepting retro games. Bring in your old games from Atari, NES, PlayStation. EB Games are accepting them. They haven't said that they're selling them yet. Right now, they're just buying them. So one of my buddies went in there with a bunch of his games from his collection just to see what they would offer. So we had $17 on Silent Hill 2. We've got $11 on Metal Gear Solid 3D. Donkey Kong Country 2 in the box, $10. Got Zelda on the box, $16. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, they're not even paying the loose card value with these stuff. It's like, what type of relationship are you trying to make with your customers when, there's the value that these games have their own prices. Like, you can look them up and see what they're worth. They're not even going 50%, 10%. They're just being preying on like grandparents and parents to not be aware, being like, oh, we have all these expensive games in the shed. Let's bring them to EB Games and they can make some money.
Yeah, that's not great at all. But hey, better than nothing. They're trying to get in on a market where like the mom and pop stores are going to kill them and crush them. And yeah, it is. People, you can get better deals going to like a retro store, guys. So you may not get a much better deal, but you'll get better than that. That's not very good.
If they turn around and sell them in their stores cheaper than eBay, that'd be great. But I don't see that happening. I feel like they're going to buy them and just sell them online.
That would be hilarious. They just start an eBay store like everybody else. Well, that's the thing. I mean, if they were selling Silent Hill for $40, okay, I guess. If they're selling Donkey Kong,
well, even the way that they do their prices on new stuff is it's usually a third of the pre-owned price will be the game. So if it's $17, it's going to be $48 or something,
Now, one thing I do think they're doing that's cool is, you remember Retro Wolf was on here, was talking about that chromatic Game Boy whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Quad Retro, I think it was something like that.
Oh yeah, they're starting to sell that type of stuff in the US, right?
Yeah, so GameStop did like a whole line of Game Boys that were like exclusive through. Well, there was a specific GameStop exclusive one, but they were pushing that particular product pretty hard, and I guess those guys made like a tentative announcement that something else was coming soon, and they're teasing that they're going to come out with some sort of N64 console. So you know how like Analog has their N64 FPGA console that's coming out soon that got delayed recently. Did you see that? Yeah, so that was supposed to come out Q1 of this year, but it got pushed back to like July or something, June or July. So it's coming out in the summertime now. And then this other company announced that they're going to do some sort of N64. And I don't really know what it is, if it's going to be a console, a handheld, or what. I don't know what they're thinking, but that will probably also be partnered with GameStop. So that'll be cool. You can get those there. So, I think if they make a push into the retro scene and they do more partnerships and do stuff like that, they could see some success if they make, partner with FPGA companies and start to sell old consoles and stuff like that again.
Even if they partnered with like limited run games or something,
that would be cool.
I think they've realized that the money in physical games is in retro these days. It's not in modern games.
Yep.
People buying their products aren't buying them anymore. They're just downloading them online. It's easier.
And I wish. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, how can they compete selling download codes? Like, it just doesn't work, They're like, I'll just skip the middleman. You're the middleman, GameStop. I don't need you anymore. I just bought my game for the same price from Sony.
I hope that the companies see that there's a market for that stuff too, or that they're not doing. And like I said, I really wish they would do some like anniversary releases. That would be really cool if we could get some PS1 games re-released or something like that, or PS2, or I don't know, some physical games.
PS1 would be interesting because I don't know if they'd even make those cases anymore. Like, it would be a big thing to start producing PS1 games again,
Oh, dream come true. But I'm pretty much all set for PS1 forever. I ordered that Superstation FPGA console from Taki Udon or something.
Yeah. You can play all regions and
then it has the disk drive. It's got everything. It's got an SD slot, and obviously it's like a full-on Mr. Pi FPGA, so I can play tons of other consoles and tons of other systems, and I've been getting all ready and getting all set up for it. Can't wait for it to come in. I wonder if
I'm still pretty excited for 2026. Like, I was just writing down the other day new games that are coming out this year that I want to play, and it's a big list.
There's some good ones. Yeah, what are you looking forward to?
Let me pull it up. I got it on my phone, so I won't have it on the computer. Mm-hmm. I got Elden Ring Night Rain the 30th of May. I've already got it pre-ordered. Mafia, the Old Country. Like, I love the Mafia games, man. Mm-hmm. Especially for the story. Like, those games have fantastic story. Like, I'm a big into Mafia movies and things like that. Those games are very good. We've obviously got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Can't wait for those. But I'm probably not going to buy it day one because it's on Game Pass. But like, why would you spend $70 on a game when you can play it for basically for free? And today I can go and pick up a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for $20. I probably won't buy that day one. It's weird how you make your gaming decisions these days. It's like, I'll download it on Game Pass day one, play it, and then a year later I'll buy it.
Have you seen Blades of Fire?
Let me have a look.
I can share it.
That was cool. Action adventure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a new game that's coming out that I've been looking forward to. Been following.
Oh yeah, I have seen this.
It's pretty much exactly what I'm looking for in a game. You're like a dude with a big weapon and you smash fucking monsters in the face. And so I'm looking forward in my video games. Looks good. It's not going to be anything crazy. It looks like another Souls-like type thing, but
Oh, I'm sure I'll play it. It looks good.
yeah.
Dad's
I'm looking
games
forward to it.
brings up a good point. Like, he doesn't buy games anymore day one. There's just no point. I'll counter that saying, like, some games come out working day one. Like, the new Xenoblade game just came out on the Switch. I heard you don't even need an update. It's all on the cart, you know. That's fantastic. I'm sure Elden Ring, when it comes out, will be great from day one. Because the first game was, you know, it's from software. They put out stuff that works. But I'm sure some of these games that I've wrinkled off, maybe the Mafia game or whatever, probably won't work day one, you know. This version might even work. You might need to update it. I'll just finish off this list. There's a couple more. We've got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Mhm.
I got Metal Gear Solid Freeze tied with like my favorite Metal Gear game. So I'm kind of excited for this one to see what they do to make it modern. I'm curious if they'll extend the game like Final Fantasy VII, if they'll go down that road to like completely redo the game, or if they'll just, this is what happened in the original game, let's just add new graphics and make the combat feel more modern and blah, 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 or if that's what they're going to do. Because it's not the longest game, you know, in today's standard. And then obviously I've got Grand Theft Auto 6 on my list as well, which I feel like Grand Theft Auto 6 will be released as a working game. They will have their own game testers just because of the publicity that they will face if they release a broken product will be a lot harder to come back from any other company.
After all this time,
Yeah.
it has to perform at least.
And they're at the point where they can delay it for 6 to 12 months because they're making money from GTA 5 still.
Forever. Never ends. It's still in like the top 10 games sold every freaking month. It's like insane.
Yeah. They honestly could just never release another game again. They're good. They're all multi-millionaires.
Have you seen Phantom Blade Zero? This game looks sweet as hell too, man.
Oh, this is the one this is already out in China, right?
I have no idea.
Is this the one that's already out in China? I watched the video on it the other day. Phantom Blade
All
Zero.
I know is this guy doesn't have a stamina bar. I do not see that fun green bar, so I don't think this is going to be a Souls-like. It looks just like a regular old action combat game, and looks fun.
Cool.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what I mean by like when I see this combat, it looks like really fast and frenetic and frantic and smooth, and there's just a lot going on. And then when I look at Assassin's Creed, I'm like, yeah, it's like slow and clunky and
yeah, I see that as well.
It's not like I don't know, it's not as intense at all.
I feel like Assassin's Creed a few years ago went down the road of let's try and become a Souls game, and they just didn't do it right. They kept an Assassin's Creed format and tried to change the combat, and it just didn't work, you know.
Yep. But this is exactly what I was trying to explain earlier. I should pull up some footage of that game, but man, don't even care. What was the other game? There's honestly like a ton of stuff coming out. Oh yeah, that's what it was. There's the
Luna remastered collection as well. I'm on the wall, whatever. It's at the point now. Like, do we have to pre-order this stuff? Are we going to miss out if we don't pre-order it? I didn't go and buy Atelier Unia because it was like $100. But I'm like, have I missed out now? Like,
with RPGs, you never know. I've been waiting for a price drop on Dragon Quest 3 HD.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to spend $100 on my RPGs though. Like, that's not even the ones I missed out on. I can still get them cheaper than that, you know.
You see here.
How much do you think GTA 6 will be in Australia? Probably like 120 or 130.
Does it show gameplay? No, I want to see gameplay.
I'm scared how much that will be. But I will be buying a physical copy. Better be coming out day one. I would hurt if they didn't put a physical copy of GTA 6 out like day one.
This game also looks sick. First Berserker Kazan. I don't know if you've checked this out.
Almost looks like Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Kind of does, yeah. which oh god, those guys have a new game they're working on, and I wonder if it is this. That team who made those games has a new game coming out soon. I just can't remember what the name of it, which one it was. Yeah, this game looks sick, dude. This is another one that looks freaking awesome. I love how the graphics look and the style looks, and I like how the monsters look. I don't know. I just like the way this game looks. Cool vibes. So these are the games. Some of the games I'm really looking forward to, and there's more.
I just love boss fights that I haven't done yet.
So I heard you had like a ton of pickups. You want to start?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff this week.
I got a
Get
couple
some pickups.
Yeah. You want me to go first, or you want? Because I only have like 4.
Yeah, I'll get through it. I mean, I have a ton, but it's just a ton for me. It's like smaller than your usual pile still.
Okay.
But I got some mail this week. First lot of mail was from Sylvan, and he had a package from Russia from my friend Pavel, who you guys may or may not know. So I got some Russian stuff that I've been after for a long time. So firstly, we have Sonic Generations slipcover. This is a little bit different to the slipcover that we got in the PAL region. It goes to the top, but this one only goes halfway and has like a holographic cover. As you guys know, I'm working on the slipcover set, so I had to grab this one. I think it's cool how it uses like the zigzag pattern of the white and then has the artwork in the middle. And then we have Disney Infinity slipcover. Again, it's just a weird Russian one, but because of what's going on in Russia right now, it's just basically impossible to get anything from Russia. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy to finally have these in the collection. It's like I found out about them 5 years ago, and now I finally got them.
But are you going to play them in Russian?
Block. Just
bro.
block.
Jeez, bro. Why even buy Russian games if you're not going to learn how to speak Russian?
I know how to speak Russian. What do you mean?
Oh,
I played GeoGuessr. I can read Cyrillic.
That's true.
We have SingStar. The last word is hits. Baskin hits or something. I don't know. I can read some words.
Not me,
So
sir.
that's the SingStar Russia.
I only read American.
This one isn't for me. It's going to another collector, but I've got it here, so I'll show it off. This is the 3D game collection. This is probably the rarest version of it, which is crazy to say. It was only available in Russia from kiosks. So this was the little demo that they used in kiosks in Russia. So to find one without the kiosks, for one, is really hard, and then to actually buy it is crazy. And it does come with a disc as well, which is cool. I'll show you the artwork on the disc. Looks like a black and white promo disc. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's really cool, dude.
I also got a promotional copy of Dark Souls on the Xbox 360. Don't really collect for the Xbox, but I love my From Software, so sort of allowed this one to sneak into the collection.
Should make a little custom case for that.
Oh, I mean, that's the case that it came in, you know.
Oh, make a little artwork for it or something.
Yeah. I don't like custom stuff in my collection, so it is what it is.
Do it! I'm just kidding.
Next, we have a couple of PS1 games. We have Hugo.
Oh, God. Fucking Hugo, man. Jesus Christ. Like,
Love the artwork. That looks sweet.
About the top and worst mascots of all time, and I would put Hugo at the bottom of the fucking list. He's the goofiest, weirdest piece of shit. He's like down there with James Pond. He's down there with like he's brutal, dude.
What's wrong with James Pond?
No, I know. People are gonna get mad at me. I love James Pond. Hey, Hugo. And there's like a lot of Hugo games, so I'm sure there's lots of people out there. If that was a European thing, I don't think we got that.
We got Gran Turismo 2.
That's so funny. I actually just ordered Gran Turismo 1. I didn't have a clean copy of that.
Here we have Hearts of Darkness.
That's a fun game.
Awesome artwork too.
Yeah, that was one of those games where at the time I thought it looked just insanely amazing.
Yeah. This is just peak PS1 graphics.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Abe's Odyssey type stuff, but it was now people would look at it and be like, oh my god, it's terrible, but I'm like, nah man, this was cutting edge. It looked amazing.
And this next one's pretty cool. We got a sealed copy of C12 Final Resistance and Medieval double pack. Cool. And it's sealed. You rarely find sealed PAL games because unlike North America, we never got like any PS1 games reprinted or anything. It's so hard to find them sealed.
Yeah, dude, that's really nice. Medieval's a great game too. I've never played C12,
So there's 20 of these double packs. I've now got 6 or 7. I don't think I'll go for a full set, but if I get to 15, we will see.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. You're like, I'm not trying for a full set, but once I kind of get close to one, then yeah, we're doing that.
So the next game has been on my list for probably like 5 years. Missed out on buying one a few years ago for $100. There's been one on eBay with a stock photo, and I messaged the seller months ago. He's never replied to my email. So I don't know if it's a real copy, if it's Australian or not. I don't want to have to buy it and return it. But anyway, this guy did like this auction lot on Facebook, and this game is part of it. And I asked him the price, and he's like, $50. Yes, he doesn't know how much it's worth because there's nothing on eBay to tell you.
Just guessing.
And that is Deft and Request, the OzPower copy.
Nice.
The last one of these sold for 110 like 9 months ago. There is one on eBay, but it's a stock photo, and the seller will not reply to your PMs. I finally got this one. I've got the sequel. The sequel comes in a cool slipcover, but yeah, I just never got the first one. I remember seeing it in a shop. My friend bought it, and then my friend later sold it and didn't sell it to me.
Bastard. Is he really?
He didn't really know I wanted it, but and he sold it on eBay. I'm happy to have this one. It was one of the original like RPGs that I missed out on, so I've almost got all the probably like from 2014 to 2019, almost every JRPG. There's a bunch of new ones I'm still after.
That's crazy. That's like a horny boy game, though, right? Isn't that like a?
Is it?
I don't know. I thought I sworn that either that game or the sequel, probably the sequel.
It just looks like a JRPG. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it got censored for some reason, and I thought it was.
Oh no, you're thinking of AI Sentient Files. Is that the one? That was the one that got banned over here.
I'm not sure. I just thought there was too much boobage in that game or something like that, but I don't know. Whatever.
You would know, Joe.
I would. Like, we're not.
And last pickup, shout out to Reggie for letting us know that this was on sale for $10, which is definitely the price I like to buy my games on. I had to pay more for shipping, but that's all right because it was still cheap. And that is Daraburst EX Plus, another Chronicle. And it arrived in like 3 days. And I thought it was coming from the US, so it was kind of cool. I guess they had copies in Australia and some of the Amazon warehouses. So
In Games is doing a sale on a bunch of PS4 and Switch games. They have like Cotton, that game. They had one. It's called Hidden Through Time, and I'm not saying it'll be rare or valuable or anything, but it's like Where's Waldo? So basically, it's like a video game version of that, and I had a fucking ton of fun playing that with my girlfriend.
The video game version of Where's Waldo is terrible, so hopefully it's like the books, not the game.
It's like, I don't know, it's like playing highlights or something when you're a kid, just trying to find missing shit. So it was fun. It was short. That's the problem. It didn't have a ton of content, but yeah, it was on sale for like $10. So I recommend Hidden Through Time if you want to play Where's Waldo on your TV.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Good stuff. All right, so like I said, I don't have a ton of stuff, but I got a few things. I got Ed O Zombie Uprising with PS5. It's got really bad reviews, but I think it looks fine. You're like a a dude, and you know there's multiple different characters, and you run around and you kill zombies. And I mean, well, how can that not be a good time?
When you first showed this, it looked like a level in Sekiro, like exactly the same type of architecture, and doesn't anymore. But what's
No.
going on?
I mean, it's probably pretty bad, but I like games that are bad. I have no problem with that. So as long as I like the story and it's fun enough and it makes me laugh and I like killing zombies.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of a bad game, this isn't what I think of. You know.
No, I think it looks great. It's Ed O. Fight the zombies to restore Edo. It's 1854 Japan. Much like Assassin's Creed.
I wouldn't be eating sushi that a zombie dropped, but hey.
This is, they also claim they pride themselves on historical accuracy as well, being in 1854 Japan. Because we all remember the zombie uprising of 1852, right?
And the one sumo guy that saved the country, I remember.
Yeah. Oh, that ain't the right one. There we go. And then I picked up Ease Nordic, the deluxe edition. So I already had the collector's edition forever, a long time ago. But I don't want to open it. So I bought this version so I can open it and play it. And I've done that with every Ease game on the PS5. So I have 8, 9, and 10, the collector's editions. And then I have the standard editions as well that I've actually played. And I will probably triple dip on this one because they're coming out with a...
I was going to say, is this the complete version?
At the moment, but this is one of those games where they announced it and they released it, and then like within 2 months they announced that Japan is getting a better version of the game with like more. It's like, I don't know, Ease Nordic something plus, or I can't remember what the hell the phrase is, brave or something. They had like another word on it, but this supposedly is going to be a better version coming out in Japan. I don't even know if it'll have English, but I'm assuming it will. So, you know, if you want to wait for that, you can. But I didn't want to. I really want to play this game. So, and like I said, I already have the other two, so I might as well pick up this. And I have no problem buying variants. And I'll probably have like 3 copies, and I've only played one of them. And somewhere out there, that makes someone mad, and they're going to want a type of content like, why would you buy more than one?
Do you even play all your games?
Why do you have money? And why do you spend it on stuff you like? Why? You should have no money like me and just be mad. I'm like, all right. Proud Nordics. Thank you. Black Mama. That's right. Proud Nordics. Slap hello. Yeah. Oh, and Speed Keller said that Dragon Star Barn nears the censored on PS4. Death End Request 2 is on PC as uncensored costumes, but it's censored on. Yeah, what the fuck, man? Okay. Let me just look at my fucking anime titties.
No wonder the second one suits you.
Thank you, Sony, for not letting grown fucking men look at anime titties or whatever. Fucking who cares? What the hell's the matter with these people? And I picked up finally Dragon's Dogma 2.
Nice. I mean, I heard great things about it, but I played the first one. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. You know.
It looks. I played the first one and I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. For what it is, I think it's competent. You know, it's try. You know, if you want to play a Skyrim type game, there you go. You walk around fighting Dargans. And that's all that really matters to me. Now, I read it's pretty good. I don't know if the disc build is good. I have a feeling this is another one of those games where it's probably like super fucking buggy on the fucking disc. But like, I don't know. Sir, I don't think this is going to get a better version. I don't think it'll get like a complete edition or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel like that's the case. So I picked it up. And,
there isn't a range of like greatest hits for PS5 yet, is there?
Nope. For PS5,
you might even see one at this point, to be honest.
I think they're better. I wish they would just do reprints like they've been doing, and I think that's better than doing the greatest hits versions, personally. But Some people might disagree.
You know what greatest hits are these days? They're full price games and they're called remasters in the title. The Last of Us 1 and 2, Days Gone, blah, blah, blah. There's a few of them.
Yeah, I think I should probably break down at some point and buy The Last of Us remastered on PS5. At least the first one again. But I already have the PS4 one.
I have it on PS3, PS4. I don't need it again. It's the same game.
Correct.
Like, I don't mind playing it on PS3. Like, that's where I'm at, you know. I don't think of the PS3 like I'm playing a PS1 game. I still think of them like they're still, you know, I'm happy to play Far Cry 3 on the PS3. I don't need to buy it on the new systems or anything. Well, same with any game that I own. Like, Shadows of the Damned came out on PS5. Like, I own it on PS3. It plays great. Like, you know, for me, it's not a outdated system. It's still Blu-ray. It still uses basically the same controller, just doesn't have a touchpad. Like, it's not like I'm playing old hardware. PS3 still feels great for me.
I played that game like maybe a year or two ago, and I loved it. No complaints. Thought it looked great. I did buy the PS5 version just to have it, though, but because I just liked it so much.
I mean, it might be different if it got an Australian release, but because these games are like import only, you know, our dollar's gone down. It's like over $100 to buy one of these games. It's just not worth it anymore.
Well, this game was like $10. So it's called Always Sometimes Monsters. So I thought this would be like a horror game or whatever, because of the name, but it's not at all. It's like your girlfriend breaks up with you game or whatever, and you have to like go through emotional something. It says, out of money and out of luck, you find yourself heartbroken on the verge of collapse. Your landlord's taking the key back. You can't finish your novel. Your life's in shambles, and the love of your life is marrying someone else in 1 month. With no choice but to handle what's life's thrown your way, you set out on a road to fix your life and win back your ex, even though you have a micro penis. No, I'm just kidding. That last part I made up. But yeah, it's about some emotional adventure. Pick a path, try to build relationships to get your ex-girlfriend back so she stops marrying some douchebag named fucking Chad or something. I don't know. It's not what I thought it was originally, but it looked cool enough and it was cheap.
You sure his name's Chad? I thought it was Joe Rad.
Yep, that's right. She's married. I'm the bad guy. You have to save her from my big D. That's not what it is. So the last thing, well, I got a couple of movies, but I'll just show this one because I just love it. It made me, yeah. So this, have you guys ever seen Dragnet? You guys ever seen this movie? Anybody remember this? Am I the only person old enough to have seen this and actually enjoy this film?
It's got Tom Hanks in it. Is that Danny DeVito too?
It's Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is honestly one of Dan Aykroyd's best performances in anything. I think it's so good. I think he's hilarious. Tom Hanks is actually really funny in this as well. But it's basically there was a show in the 60s called Dragnet. It was like a cop show, and like it was like Nick at Night by the time this movie came out in the 80s, which Nick at Night is like you still show like old TV shows. Nickelodeon at nighttime. I don't know if you have it in Australia. It's probably called like Wallaby Fun Hour or something. I don't know. But it was Nick at Night here, and they remade this in the 80s, and this was like a really like edgy comedy, and it's fucking hilarious. Like the bad guys are called pagans. See that thing right there? It says pagan. It's for people against goodness and normalcy. That's the name of it. And it's like they just do drugs and it's over the top and it's got a lunch. It's an 80s movie, so it's got plenty of boobs in it, which is probably why I liked it so much when I was a little kid. Let's just be honest with you.
So we had Nickelodeon over here, but it was only available on like pay TV. So it wasn't on like free to air TV.
Oh, well, we had Nickelodeon, and it turns out they were all... Never mind, I'm not getting into what they were doing. We had Nickelodeon as well. But anyway, if you haven't seen this stupid movie...
They're all on an island. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, let's just keep it. Let's talk about the games.
And the files will be released one day.
This is not going to change your life, and I suppose seeing it in 2025 might not be as exciting as it was in the 80s. But this is a good movie. I enjoy it. It's free on YouTube, by the way, with ads. You can watch it for free on YouTube. So if you don't actually, I spent $20 on this, which is stupid. I can't believe I spent $20 to own this, but I'm on a quest to buy all the movies that I watched obsessively when I was a little kid.
That's the thing. Like, you're never going to find that at a garage sale cheap. That just won't happen,
No.
It's like a niche thing that there's only a certain amount out there because no one watched it. But Joe did, so. So, Denver.
What up, Denver? How you doing, man? Well, yeah, that's right. We should do a live movie stream. So, I don't know. I should make more content. I should do like a separate.
That'd be the episode that I just stare there blankly because I'm not a movie person.
I am.
Never was, never have been. I was always into video games, and that was it.
I love movies, but I mean, you're not gonna get like intelligent discourse from me about them. It's gonna be like, you like that part with the boobs? I like that one too. Do you like the explosions? Oh man, that part's sweet. You know what I mean? I don't have like a good analysis of what's going on.
There was a period in my life where I lived with a guy who was a movie buff, like hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through like IMDb's top 100 and watching from number 1 and number 2 and so on. There was a period of like 4 or 5 years where I watched a bunch of movies, but I generally haven't watched anything since like 2012. Like, I've watched like 3 movies since 2012. They should do a show called Joe Rad's Sexy Show.
I don't know what I do on that show. Show my feet.
Hey, there'd be an audience for it.
Yeah, I know. I should do more shorts. I know. I'm the laziest YouTuber ever. I really am. I just do this for fun.
Second laziest ever.
Which is a terrible.
I've been streaming on YouTube lately, but it's I think because I can hit the restream button and upload my Twitch content.
Dude, I love the police academies. I'm gonna buy all of those soon. That's my thing lately. I've been trying to get more 80s comedies. So I'm trying to get.
I watched Police Academy actually. Like, there's like 8 of them or something, right?
There's at least 8. There could be more.
Yeah, I've seen most of them. They're good movies.
Eight was like when they went to Russia, I'm pretty sure, and I think that's the last one I remember. But like, I want to get those. I want to get all the Naked Guns. I want to get all the, Airplane, a bunch of stuff like that that I just need to get. So it also so when I was a kid, I used to go to my grandma's house, and I had an uncle who like never moved out of the house. He still lived with my grandma. He was like super smart, but just kind of like, socially awkward. He used to like teach at Boston Latin School, and he used to teach like AP advanced physics and shit. Like, he was really smart guy, just kind of awkward. But I remember when I went over there, he had like a wall like this of VHS, like of all the best fucking movies, dude, like ever, dude. So, and I just remember I could go watch Police Academy, I could watch all the stuff I was with Die Hard and Airplane, and he had like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and just like so many cool movies that I watched from that. And I think that's honestly, like, that room is one of the reasons me and my brothers are all like into collecting shit, because we were like, dude, that's sweet. That was so awesome. He had all those movies and we loved it, because anytime we went over there, we were just like, can we go watch a movie? And he'd be like, yeah. And we'd always pick something that we would never be allowed to watch at home.
Yeah.
Because we weren't supervised. So we'd be like, oh, we're totally watching Die Hard because we wouldn't be able to watch this.
I hope he sold them off before VHS crashed, because VHS is still worth nothing today.
Horror VHS is worth something. But
yeah, like there are a few all sealed stuff, but majority of it, like 90% of it's just worth less than the weight of it,
That's fine though. I mean, I'm that's how video games were for a long time, and I'm cool with that. Like, if you're into collecting VHS, a lot of people probably want it that way.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
It's still fun to collect, especially like, what I bet's expensive is I bet like old school anime on VHS is probably fucking expensive.
Yeah. I've sold it before. It is. It's crazy expensive.
Yeah, and
but a lot of it. Let's say it did get a Blu-ray version. it'll drop in price because the people who want it to watch. They're not after it to collect, so they'd much rather own it on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. So it's the stuff that hasn't been ported yet that's expensive.
I started off being like, I have to get the 4K of everything, and then like some of them are just like out of print and insanely expensive. So I was like, I'll just get the Blu-rays, and then like not some of it, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just getting the DVD. I don't even care.
I'll just get the best version that's reasonably priced, and is in English.
Yeah, well, some stuff it doesn't even matter. I'm like, I just ordered that movie Wizards on DVD, which I don't know if you've seen it. It's like a cartoon from like the 70s. It looks grainy as crap. So I'm like, I don't really care if it's in 4K. It's still gonna look like a grainy, fuzzy ass crap movie from the 70s. And the other thing is like I have like a little CRT where I work, in the room where I work, and I have my little DVD player pulled.
Oh, it probably looks best on that little CRT. Yeah,
you do. And like I said, I have just a DVD. I don't have a Blu-ray in that room. I just have a DVD. So I'm wanting to get more DVDs lately because I like to play them while I'm working. So.
I much prefer to play my PS1 and 2 games on the VHS I got because that's how they look. You know, they use that frame aspect, and it's better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It just looks
like in theory, you think your big TV will be better, but then when you're looking at it all stretched out and shit, it's not better.
Dude, you know what blows me away is I watch all these shows that were out in like the 2000s or something like that. And like you watch them in the CRTV and you can't really tell like the people are wearing like makeup. But now in fucking 4K with the OLED screen with the perfect color balance, I'm like, that dude has mad lipstick on. He looks ridiculous. You can like see all their makeup on their face. Yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't look good anymore. Like it wasn't meant to be this clear. It was supposed to be like if you watch it on an old fuzzy TV, it looks fine. You can't tell at all. But on these nice new TVs, I'm like, damn, man, it's funny. Really, you see in detail how silly they look. All right, so this last game I just want to talk about. It wasn't even a pickup. It's just I beat it recently, and I've mentioned it on the show before, and I think Reggie's talked about it, and I think Metal Jesus talked about it too. But I've been playing this. I beat this game the other day. Bang on Balls Chronicles.
Okay, let's go.
And I'm pretty sure this is available on the PSN network either now, this month, or next month. It's coming up or anything for free download if you have that and you want to try it out. If you do, I just buy physicals. But dude, this game is fun as hell, man. Like you're like a little ball and you bounce around and you beat the shit out of all these other things. And it's like a collect-a-thon, like an old school platformer where you have to try to find like all these little movie reels and like all these little outfits and all this. There's like 1,000 things you can unlock on each level, like costumes and items and all this stuff.
Almost reminds me a bit of Astro Bot.
Dude, it does. And but it didn't get like a Western release. This is only from Japan physically. Okay. But dude, this game was mad fun. I had like a ton of fun with it. It's not like super hard or super crazy, but like the level design is incredible. Like the actual levels are massive and there's just so much to them and like so many little quirky things, and it's super fun. And I thought it was really funny. And like everybody sounds like a minion from Despicable.
I was going to say they probably don't actually have voices. They probably just make sounds.
Oh, right? They're all like little minions. They go, and they make noises and shit. And there's mini games and there's all sorts of stuff. And it's not like the longest game in the world, but it is fun. Like it's just a fun ass game. So if you want something that's just like a good time, I would recommend Bang On.
Did this come out in the last like 12 months?
Yeah, something like that.
It looks so many aspects. I'm like, oh, that's in Astrobot. That's in Astrobot. That's in Astrobot.
Let me look at the back of this. It says Japanese shit. I don't know.
Yeah, October 5th last year.
Okay. I don't know. But oh yeah, and you can play it online if you want to as well. So yeah, I just wanted to give that game a shout out. It was really fun. Can we do no, Daddy? Have you got some sausage?
You know what's funny? You'll laugh at this. When I was in school, that was like a taboo movie, and I never watched it because by the time I got 18, I was just like, it's probably just shit.
Tom
I used
Green.
to remember hearing about it, thinking, "Oh, that's like the craziest thing ever." I'm like 10 years old.
Tom Green always walked the line between funny and as annoying. He's just like, I'm like, it is funny, but it I don't know. It's like a certain, you have to be in the right mood for it, and it's kind of like a weird sense of humor. It's like watching Tim and Eric. Have you ever watched Tim and Eric show?
I haven't, but I used to watch funny movies like that until I got to like 19, and I'm like, I don't think they're funny anymore.
Like I loved Adam Sandler, and then I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I'm uncomfortable, and I think that's what they want, and that is the sense of humor. Though I feel like they think it's funny to make you uncomfortable. It's very Andy Kaufman. Like, I don't know if you're familiar. Andy Kaufman would be like fuck with his audience because he thought it was funny, and like that.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I'm not really into it. So
yeah, but Tom Green is he's a good egg. I liked him in was it, I think, a movie Road Trip. He was
that's the one I'm thinking of.
He was like the roommate who wanted to feed the snake. That's all he wanted to do. It's like watch the snake eat something, some shit like that. No.
Yeah, that wasn't the one set in Europe, right? It was set in America.
I think they had maybe a
Euro Trip as well.
version as well, but I don't know if he was in that one. Yeah,
there were boobies in those movies, so I watched them a lot.
That's how it was, yeah, that's how it was back in the day. Those are the movies that you just go back to.
And you get it from the video shop, and those parts would feel like scratchy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, nowadays I feel like there's not a lot of that going on in your standard. Like back in the day, you would see tits for no reason at all. It would just be like, oh, there they are. I'm like, oh, okay. Now that just doesn't happen anymore.
That just helps sell the movie, you know. Then you can put that girl on the front cover. She had one scene.
Yeah, but now, so it's I don't know. It's like very like Game of Thrones had Daenerys naked like every 5 seconds for the first season or two, but then after she was like, I'm gonna leave the show. They were like, all right, stop. We won't make you do it no more. And
so I got to a point where she became too famous for that.
Well, that's exactly what happened. When you're a no-name actress and they're like, get naked, you're like, well, I really would like this job, so I suppose so. But then once you're like established and the show would crumble without you, you have a little more negotiating power. You can be like, okay, can I keep my clothes on for more than 5 minutes? You know. But you know, you will always have season 1. So there you go. It's not like it went away. It's there for you forever.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I don't even care. I don't know what we're talking about this. But yeah, horror movies within, I mean, there was a requirement for horror movies for sure. Yeah, they are coming out with a new scary movie. That could be good. That could be bad.
I mean, I wouldn't even bother watching it these days.
So those movies are always like a parody of like whatever the modern popular horror movies are at the time. Like they usually spoof whatever is popular at the time, and I'm kind of out of the loop on modern horror right now. Like I don't even know. Like the Terrifiers are the new ones that everybody seems to like. And I watched Terrifier 1 and I didn't love it. It was just gross. Yeah. Just disgusting. And I'm like, it's not really scary. It's just fucking disgusting. If you don't, there's a difference. I'm just like, you're grossing me out. Like I'm not scared. I'm just like, ew, I don't want to look at that. Ugh, I don't want to look at that.
Give me like Human Centipede vibes.
Well, Human Centipede is
Human Centipede 2 vibes.
2 is
one was all right. 2 was fucked.
2 was, both of them are in my opinion just actually like psychologically disturbing. They're not just gory and gross. They're like mentally gross. I don't know. Like it's just.
I enjoyed the Saw movies. I didn't think they crossed the line. Maybe towards the end, but like I enjoyed them for what they were. You know.
Well, I only watched the first like 2 of those. I think
I got up to like 9 or 10 before I stopped watching.
There's no way I'm watching 10 Saw movies. I can't imagine. they possibly could stay good for that long. I mean, look at Fast and the Furious. There's no way. I mean, eventually you're gonna end up on the moon. That's what I'm saying. Fighting in spaceships if you make your series go that long.
Yeah, exactly.
What are some good horror movies that have come out? I'm trying to think. Nothing. The last movie that was recently good, that I thought was decent, is I like The Babadook. I thought that was a good one. I thought that was interesting. If you see that,
I couldn't tell you a single one. Sorry, I just don't watch movies anymore.
Hereditary. There's a bunch that are all right. Some decent horror movies, but there's so many that I don't know. I feel like out of the loop.
It's almost overwhelming. I've got Amazon Prime, and the other night I'm like, let's watch a movie. I went on Amazon Prime, and I've never heard of any of these. I don't know where to start, so I just went back to YouTube and watched the YouTube video.
Actually, no, I found something I wanted to watch, and it's like, you need a blah 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 subscription to watch this. I'm like, but it's on Amazon. What the fuck? All right, fuck this shit. I'm going back to another app. Like, nah. I already paid for it. You can't advertise for another program that you own. That's bullshit.
They do that all the time. They're like, yep, no, you need to have stars in addition to that, or you need to have this in addition, or you can rent it, or you can watch it for $1.99.
Nah,
ridiculous.
Sorry. Never heard of it in the first place. You sold me because of the trailer.
There's quality. It's not a lot of quality anything coming out, but I've heard some good stuff coming out.
Good video games coming out. That's what matters.
That's all I really care about anyway. Friday the 13th did get ridiculous. Like I said, any franchise that goes to outer space jumps the shark. It's done. It's over. When Hellraiser went to outer space, that was the end of that. When Leprechaun went outer space, it was over.
Or pulls like you woke up from a coma type incident or anything like that. Yeah.
Critters 4, they went to outer space. It's over. It's over. Have I ever seen Upgrade? I have not seen Upgrade. I do not know what that is. But my girlfriend's not particularly into horror movies, so that dictates a lot of what I'm going to watch, because I don't sit around watching movies by myself that often anymore.
I watch a lot of Twitch. Like, I watch a lot of live streaming, talking to people. So
yeah,
I a lot of my time these days.
I'm addicted to YouTube. I watch nothing but Dad's Game Room. That's all I watch.
I'm getting sick of YouTube. Like, YouTube today, I get uploaded so many videos that are all AI generated, and I can't stand that AI voice. I will not watch a video that has the voice that's AI. Like, I'm almost getting to a point, like, I need to see the person talking for me to watch that video. And because the type of content I want is like informational shit, that's been researched and blah, 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 that AI can spit out in 5 seconds. So it's like, I don't want to hear that, but I still enjoy, someone sitting there talking about the Amazon rainforest for half an hour. Like,
it's true. I like YouTube a lot, but it doesn't seem to recommend me much anymore. It never ever throws like anything new in my feed. It's just all the stuff I'm subbed, and like that's it. Like, I don't really get a lot of suggestions.
I was actually considering unsubscribing for a few months because I'm really getting sick of it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I've had YouTube Premium for 7 years or something.
I heard they're coming out with like a cheaper ad tier or something like that, an ad-free tier.
Something like that, but I've always just had the Premium.
Yeah, no, I don't, but I'm just saying, like, I have the Premium too, but I think it'll just like lose some features, but you can still get no ads. So
I use YouTube Music as well. So like, I don't have Spotify. Oh. So for me, it's also music, and that's kind of justifies its price,
Yeah, and then you get it plays when your lock screen's closed.
Yeah. So I use it in the car and stuff like that.
And you get the advanced
when I'm in the shower, when I'm chilling out.
Advanced controls.
Yeah.
So subscribe today, guys, to YouTube Premium for only $13.99. Use affiliate code Joe. No, I'm just kidding. We're not.
I've never found a song I can't find on YouTube because everything's on YouTube. I had iTunes Music and there were songs I couldn't find.
I've been on Spotify and I found songs I couldn't find before. I've never had that problem on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
What I like about YouTube is like no matter what crazy ass random ass thing I'm thinking about, I can Google it and find it. Someone's uploaded. I can be like, oh, what was that scene from Ghoulies 3 where this fucking stupid thing happens and the guy says this damn line, and I just write the line and write Ghoulies 3, and then bam, somebody has a video, 30 seconds, exactly what I want. There it is. It's like everything in the world has been uploaded. It's kind of impressive.
And it's all still there. Like other platforms pull content down. YouTube are like, no, everything's there. Stays there forever.
Let's hear it up. Let's give it up for Ghoulies 3 Back to School. Have you ever seen that one? Fucking fantastic, Figsy.
Sorry. You're asking the wrong person when it comes to movies.
So I think the finest films, horror films, are the ones that are made with cheesy ass puppets and stuff. Like,
and then my backlog's that big that I'm just got so many video games to play before I'm diving into movies.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You have to start playing your games, you fake, you fraud who you don't play games.
I have 10,000 games to play before I can reply to this YouTube comment, Joe. All right, I played them all. Have I won your respect, random person?
I expect you to lock yourself to the chair, strap yourself in, put the Clockwork Orange eyeball thing on with the eye drops.
I want one controller each hand, different screens, different consoles. Like you're playing 2 games at once.
Just so you know, you can't play a game for like 5 hours and stop. You have to finish the game. You have to platinum it, get all the trophies, dude. Collect every collectible. Beat it on New Game Plus.
So that's funny you say that. So I'm playing Sekiro, right? And I got to the point in Sekiro where I was like up to the final boss, beat everything else. But I only fought him like once, lost, and I just never came back to it. You know, when you're getting ready for a boss fight, you need to sit down and play it. I just never got back to it. And then after like a couple of years, I deleted it off my PlayStation. So I started the game again. Because of that, I've got like 140 hours into this game yet. I still haven't beaten it because I'm not even up to that point yet. Such a big game. Yeah, I know I can. I'm a better fighter now than I used to be because I've learned how to parry properly.
So I'm at like 4,700 hours into Binding of Isaac now. So I really like if I just stopped playing Binding of Isaac, I would have played all my games. I would have all of them played, but I just like
I don't want to know how much time I put into Geoguessr. It doesn't.
I'm just addicted. I'm just addicted, man. I sit there and I'm like, oh, I'm out of work. What do I want to do? I'll play a round or 2 of Isaac, and then that turns into like 12 runs in a row, and then the night's over, and I'm like, what happened? It's like a time vampire. It's like a time travel. I'm just fucking eats up hours like nothing, dude.
Yeah, feels, man. Yeah, I think I played like 10 hours of Geoguessr yesterday. I'm trying to get a perfect score in every single country in the world, and I have 2 countries left. And if you know how many countries are in the world, that's probably going to take a long time. When it's like between 30 and 90 minutes to do each one, so this is taking a very long time. I'm going to stream the last 2 tonight if you're interested.
Well, this is
I
also
think we might have a little bit of an early night. I'm getting hungry and I can't think when I'm hungry. So,
got any final thoughts on Assassin's Creed? You gonna buy it?
Wait for a sale.
To buy it.
Wait for a big sale and all the content to come out.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
It looks cool. Like I've watched gameplay of it, but like there's other games that are better that I'd rather play. You know.
I'd say wait for it to be $20 on Black Friday.
This is if you want to play Assassin's Creed. My advice is to pick up the new one pick up an old one when a new one comes out. So right now it's probably the best time to pick up Assassin's Creed. What was the Nordic one? Valhalla. Like Valhalla is probably a great time to pick it up and play it. Yeah, especially with all the DLC and stuff. It would be cheap. It's like a 200-hour game, you know, huge, and it's a good game. Like I put a lot of time into it. It's just I put 100 hours into it. I hadn't done everything, and it was getting repetitive, you know.
Also, something to think about too is just the Switch 2 is around the corner. And if you wait, like I feel like a lot of games that are coming out now are going to be probably released on that too. Not all of them, but a lot of them will be. And it might be the better version at that point because they might have taken out 300 bugs by then and put it on the cart. But it also could run like shit and be even worse because the port's bad. So hard to say. But just that's something to think about too. I've been thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to switch over to like buying a lot more Switch 2 titles when that comes out.
I don't think I will. I think I'll grab one and mainly just focus on the exclusives again.
No,
but we'll see. Who knows?
You'll just play Pokemon. Don't lie to me. And you'll buy all the Dark Souls games that come out for it. Elden Ring will come out on it. You'll play.
Well,
it again.
Funny you say that. I did that for the Switch. I hate Dark Souls on the Switch. I had a terrible time playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I want to play those games on my PlayStation.
True. We'll see. But yeah, this was a fun little episode, man. I don't have a.
Thanks everyone for watching, hanging out. That was cool.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm sure we'll get somebody soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, if you like the content and you're watching this for your first time, do like and subscribe to our channels. Yeah, Joe Rad and Figsy, both links are down below. We're on the Twitters and we're on the Instagrams and the other things as well. If you want to check it out. Yeah, so on Twitter is primarily where I actually interact socially. So if you want to see my posts, I'm on there, some of my pickups, and then I usually will post when the shows are going to be. Like we try to do them every Thursday night at around the same time, but sometimes do them different days. So if you want to keep up to date, give us a follow.
I only really interact on Discord these days. I don't really use any of the other social media programs. I turned off all notifications because I got sick of like getting PMs when I'm asleep.
Well, sorry,
my phone's going ding 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 ding.
You live in Australia. You're asleep when everyone else is awake.
Like Joe having a conversation with someone, and I'm in the message group, so I get 400 pings.
Yeah, dude, it's important stuff too. I'm usually like making stupid fucking memes and shit like that. So, anyway, everybody watching, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, and we'll be back next week. Take it easy, everybody.
You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sticks, and come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna live the dream, gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be.